Men sold their houses. Some lost their businesses. Others lost their lives. All because of one woman. Why did men risk everything for her? And what secret made her untouchable? It all began with a whisper. Have you seen her? The woman with the biggest Yansh this town has ever seen. At first, people thought it was just another market rumor. She walked like the ground was built for her. Her curves spoke their own language, and men lost their minds. That thing can make a man sell his father's house. If I ever get one chance, I will sleep inside, they said. Even men from outside the town came just to catch a glimpse of her. Some women prayed to be like her. Others hated her. She has bewitched our men. She is the reason our homes are broken. Let's drive her out. But when they confronted Kate, she only smiled. Are you sure your men were innocent? And in that moment, they hesitated because deep down they knew. Their men chased her. Their men worshipped her. And Kate never forced them. So, who was really to blame? At 25, she was the most talked about woman in the city. She was the center of every conversation. She became a legend. And for a while, it was fun. Until the first man fell. Men fought to have her. And men were willing to pay anything to have her. They threw money, cars, land, gold, and even their marriages. All for a taste of her beauty. But none of them knew the curse that came with their desire. One night, an elder sat his son down to advise him. This is not the first time we have seen her type. The son froze. There was another. 20 years ago. She destroyed men. And then she disappeared. And now she is back. My son, ensure you don't fall to her trap. I am all you see today because I did not fall. Chief Daniel was the richest man in town, and the moment he saw Kate, he wanted her. I will give you gold, diamonds, anything. Kate only smiled. I don't want anything, Chief, that made him want her even more. He sent gifts, cars, lands, houses. She refused them all until one day she whispered, "Okay, I am yours." That was the beginning of his downfall. Days later, his business collapsed. His bank accounts were emptied overnight. His first wife went mad. And when he ran to Kate, begging for her help, she was gone. A young trader named Ikenna got too close to Kate. He had promised his friends to take a picture of Kate, to show to them when he is done with her. For weeks, he had dreamed of having her. And finally, his dream came true. But as they lay together in his room, he smelled it. At first he thought it was his imagination. Maybe it's just a bad perfume. But then it grew stronger. It was rotten. Like something decayed, something dead. His stomach turned. He jumped out of bed, gasping for air. And when he looked back at Kate, she was smiling, as if she knew. The rumors started. Kate smells. Strange. She is hiding something. She is not normal. Men laughed at first, but then, one by one, they left, and for the first time, Kate felt fear. She ran home to her mother, begging for answers. "Mama, why do they leave? Why do they always leave?" Agnes couldn't speak. She could only cry, because now she understood. She had asked for beauty, but she had also cursed her daughter. Kate's mother, Agnes, had once been a simple, quiet woman. She had been married to Odo, a wealthy and powerful trader. But their marriage was a loveless one. Every day he would remind her, "I married you out of pity. You have nothing to hold a man down. Your back is flat, your chest is flat, what do you expect me to do with you?" Agnes watched as her husband chased curvier women. He never hid his affairs, and each time she confronted him, he only laughed. A real woman must be desirable. You are just nothing. Then one day, she discovered she was pregnant. And when she found out it was a girl, a terrible fear gripped her heart. She will suffer the same fate as me. So she sought the help of Nik, the high priestess of the river goddess. Give my daughter what I never had, she begged. Make her the most beautiful woman in the world. Let her be desired by all men. The priestess smiled. It can be done. But beauty that is worshipped must come at a cost. Anything. Agnes cried, and so the deal was struck. Agnes left the shrine feeling victorious. She believed she had secured a bright future for her unborn daughter. But what she didn't know was that the price had already been decided. Her daughter would be the most beautiful woman to ever walk the earth. But no man would ever be able to have her, because beneath all her beauty, she would carry a smell that would drive them away. "Mama, how could you do this to me?" Kate cried. She was tired. Tired of being desired. Tired of men worshipping her. Tired of never being loved, only wanted. "There must be a way out," said Agnes as she begged for forgiveness. Kate and Agnes went back to the shrine. "Great Mother, we beg you reverse the curse." The goddess laughed. "The price cannot be erased, but it can be changed. There is only one way. If a man ignores a smell and sleeps with her, he will die inside her." Kate froze. Her hands trembled. "Then no man will ever dare." And with that, the curse became worse. Obenai, the only son of a business empire. Obenai was not just any man. He was the heir to one of the wealthiest business moguls in the country. His father owned oil companies, real estate empires, and luxury hotels. He was powerful, respected, and feared. And as his only son, Obina, had always gotten whatever he wanted. No woman had ever said no to him. But when he met Kate, he fell like the rest. Even after all the warnings, he couldn't resist. His mother warned him, "Not all that glitter is gold." But Obina had made up his mind. He wanted her. Not just for a night, for life, and so he proposed. No expense was spared. The wedding was the biggest event of the year. Politicians, business moguls, celebrities all came to witness it. Millions were spent. Gold-plated invitations, imported flowers, the finest champagne. Every woman in town envied Kate. Every man wanted to be Obai. The whole city shut down for their wedding. It was all over the internet. It was a fairy tale. Until the night came. Obina entered the room. Kate trembled. "Please, don't do this," Obina smirked. "I fear no woman." He held her close. The smell filled the room, but he ignored it. "I am stronger than this." And then, the goddess curse was triggered. Obina froze. His eyes widened. His breath slowed, and before he could scream, his body collapsed. The curse had taken its final form. By morning, the news spread. Obenai is dead. Panic took over the city. The men fled. The women whispered in fear. And Kate, she ran. Another city, another market, another group of men, and the cycle began again. Because as long as men had desire, as long as they worshipped beauty over sense, there would always be another Kate, waiting, smiling, and watching them fall.